Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 19. And this is a very, very good Deku growth episode. We start out with him basically, telling all of his classmates about One for All, its capabilities, that he got the power from All Might, and that he has to leave because Shigaraki can track him, and he doesn't want him hurting people that he cares about, which makes perfect sense. So Deku ultimately decides that he is going to leave UA. He doesn't want to hurt his classmates, he doesn't want to hurt his friends, his teachers, pretty much everybody, and they're even flooding in the parents to UA to get them protected as well. And he just does not want all of these people getting hurt because of him, and he's kind of in the middle of it, and obviously they are going to go out of their way to defend him. We start off this episode with a couple of characters that are from, I think it's Miss Joke's class. I believe it's a different school. They are third years, so I believe that's like their final year. They're kind of patrolling. Their job is to essentially get out the remaining stragglers from this town because there is high villain activity in the area. And the citizens want nothing about it. They, basically the heroes that they had initially there left, and they are like, we are fully going to defend this place. This is our home, this is where we live, this is where we grew up, or whatever, and we are going to defend this place because nobody else will. They don't trust the heroes anymore, and you see this massive lack of trust for heroes. And obviously, these two, they have. I think one's quirk is turtle, and the other one's quirk is like some sort of crazy vibration thing. And both of them aren't like super powerful, I would say. They got powers, but they're just kind of there, kind of the C team or the D team. They're not really fighting the villains, etc. Then an old friend from, I think, season 1 or 2 shows up. Of course he does. Muscular. This giant piece of human garbage that just likes killing people for the sake of killing people because he likes violence. Look at that crazy thing. So, the one tries to fight him. He's going to use full output. He was like, maybe I can't defeat you, but I can at least immobilize you for a little while. He ends up getting hurt pretty bad by Muscular. Muscular's like, oh, okay, your quirk is stronger, well, so is mine. I'll just add more layers to my muscles. Not really a big deal. He gets beat up pretty bad, and then Deku comes to save the day, or Dark Deku. They refer to this as the Dark Deku arc in the manga. So he actually showed up with a new quirk as well from, I think it was the fourth user, which is essentially Smokescreen. So it can hide himself, but even the user says, hey, look, you got to be careful with the Smokescreen because it's going to be a lot more powerful, being that it's part of One for All now. And your opponent can also use it to their advantage too. So you have to utilize it in a way that's not to their advantage. So he's got this kind of crazy Smokescreen going out. Muscular is very happy. He's extremely happy. He was like, this is not some sort of revenge thing. He was like, you're the only person that's really been able to defeat me, so I want to fight you again because I was exhilarated. He loves to fight. That's his whole shtick here. Is he just loves to fight, and he wants to fight stronger and stronger opponents. And Deku is just the strongest opponent in front of him at the moment, so he's having at it. Deku even says, Muscular can take, Detroit Smash 100%. So he has to be very careful here so he doesn't mess up his arms. Then he starts using Float, Black Whip, and then he's trying to realize, what are his weaknesses? What is Muscular's weaknesses? And he realizes that a lot of the layers shed. When they get too big, too strained, the layers will break off and shed, and it takes him a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds, whatever it is, to regenerate the layers. So he's going to wait for an opening and then attack him in that opening, as you saw in my thumbnail. And that is exactly what he does. He waits for his muscles to get tired and break and fall off on their own, and then he uses what he can use, his Detroit Smash. He is now up to apparently 45%. So that is his current max power, is 45%, without, hurting or injuring himself even further. And that takes him out. He basically he finds the weakness, he takes him out, and he is done for. This character right here, he is in some sort of critical condition and needs medical attention, but Deku gets him out of there. And even talks about how Deku has grown. He's a different person than he was back during the preliminary license exam. Deku then just drops off Muscular, and he was like, "Yup, have fun. Y'all deal with this," which I thought was pretty funny, and just kind of gets him out of there. We then see him. He has a new support item, which it's a type of gauntlet that wraps around his arms, so he can utilize them more without causing them damage. Apparently, his body has also gotten significantly stronger as well, being that his arms didn't get massively injured. I mean, they definitely got injured, but they didn't get destroyed initially fighting Shigaraki. So Deku himself has been getting stronger too. They even say it. The doctor says it's different, but at the same time, his old wounds, because the overuse of his arms, are getting worse. So he didn't really cause any new damage, but the old wounds in his arm um, are getting worse. He talks about how seemingly caused by implosion, but apparently the power was able to direct itself somewhere else. So basically, he said even if you suffer the same injury again, you'll probably be fine. And then the doctor says, with that said, your old wounds are getting worse. So um, his as I said, old wounds are getting worse, so he still has to be kind of careful with his arms. So he's, using the support items. Even All Might said that, the support items are not going to be able to support your power, 100% max power. So you have to be careful, or you will end up hurting yourself. This is where Deku's mom learns about, the powers, the abilities of One for All. All Might decides that he is going to go with Deku because Deku is deciding in this moment that he needs to leave UA, as I previously said, in order to protect his classmates and everybody. And then we get a kind of a team up here with Best Jeanist, Endeavor, Hawks, Deku, and I think All Might, essentially. Basically, they're going to use. We have a sequence with Gran Torino too, where he basically says, even sometimes killing somebody brings them salvation. Where basically he is giving Deku the okay, yeah, go kill Shigaraki. That needs to happen. Go take out All for One. Or you need to get rid of them. In that sequence. And then, yeah, as I said, you got the team up here, and essentially the pro heroes are using Deku as bait to draw them out, because they know they're going to go after them, so the strongest heroes theoretically should be around Deku in order to help him, defeat these people along the way, because it's something right now where Deku doesn't have 100% power. He's definitely significantly stronger than he was when we first met him. He's definitely been able to utilize his power. He has all of these new quirks. He's got Black Whip, he has Float, he has Danger Sense, and he has Smokescreen. So that's several. Let's see, hold on, let's see. Danger Sense, Smokescreen, Float, Black Whip. So right now he's using it, and then plus, one for all. Essentially, he's using 5 quirks, and I think he has several more to go. I'm trying to remember the exact. I want to say, is there 9? He's the 9th user of One for All, so he should have 3 more quirks that he should be able to utilize. Actually, 2, because All Might was actually just also quirkless, so he should have 2 more quirks that he is able to utilize. A total of 7. So I'm sure we'll see those in the future as well. But he definitely needs the extra support, being that he cannot, just use 100% whenever he wants. Talking about how they never, stop looking for Shigaraki. They're going to be, but next episode it looks like we have a Lady Nagant, whoever that is. That was the one that freed Overhaul. It looks like she has some sort of sniper quirk. It looks like there's a sniper rifle or some sort of rifle coming out of her arms. So I'm assuming the next episode or two, is going to be Deku, kind of going against an even stronger villain, a villain that's more worthy to a certain extent of his newfound abilities. Where Muscular, he's like, well, I fought this guy before, I defeated him once, I can do it again, and he pretty much knocked out Muscular in like 2 seconds. Like if you go back to a side by side comparison where he just completely wrecks his arms, um, with Muscular the first time, doing like 110%, defeating him, versus now where basically he was like, okay, I found a weakness, I'm gonna use that weakness, and then he can do it with the 45% power, one hit, essentially virtually no damage to himself or others around him, and minimal damage to the buildings. Muscular destroyed a couple of buildings in the process of that fight, but the reality of it is really not that much damage got done to anybody or anything around him, minus that one hero, who was kind of a placeholder until Deku showed up. But this episode, solid 7 out of 10, I would say. I'm only giving it a 7 out of 10 because you can probably tell the quality on the screen is a little grainy, a little rough. I don't know what's going on with that. I can't seem to play it in 1080p, so you're probably rocking 480 for this video. But who knows? Also, I feel like the sequence with the heroes, like the no names kind of going around. Yeah, you're introducing characters that we previously saw again, and it's kind of neat to see them. But these are like two characters that I would argue that nobody really cares about, including myself, to even know their names. And I highly doubt we're going to see them much in the future. If we do, it'll be like for 2 seconds, or it'll be a background character. So I don't think there was necessary to have that like little 5-6 minute sequence of them, trying to get the stubborn old people out of there. Um, I get it where they want to portray like, okay, everybody's giving up on the heroes at some point, and Deku needs to be this new hero for everybody, is what they're trying to get at. But I don't think that needed to be that really that long. I didn't see that as being super necessary in the episode. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. While you're down there, turn on the notification bell, hit that subscribe button, leave a like. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.